How is everybody doing today? My name is Jake, or Disciple, and I have a team deathmatch on the map Asylum. And yes, this is Call of Duty 5 or World at War, whatever you like to call it. But in my Modern Warfare 3 review video, I said I may do a review of the previous Call of Duty, so this is me doing that. I decided to start on World at War because this is my first Call of Duty that I played online, so I thought, yeah, we'll go ahead and do this one. And so I'm going to start with the base score out of 10, and for me that score is an 8.5 out of 10. And again, keep in mind everything past this point is a pure opinion. You may not agree, but this is just my review of the game. So I'm going to start out with the weapons. Now the weapons are why this game has a lower score. The MP40 drug this game down, and it's really a shame because that gun, this game could have been amazing if it wasn't for that one gun. And if you don't know, the MP40 was a submachine gun that you could slap steady aim on and the Juggernaut perk. You never had to aim down your sights. You could just shoot and shoot and shoot with the extended magazine attachment and just go on an absolute rampage. It was ridiculous. And to me, it didn't take a lot of skill, and I think that's why a lot of people kind of got turned off on this game, was because of that. And I didn't get turned off of the game just because of the MP40. I stuck with it. I played this game the whole life cycle, and yeah, so the MP40 was annoying and it was overpowered like crazy, but I still played this game for a year and still got my money's worth, so it wasn't completely game breaking. But as for the rest of the guns, the submachine guns were all good. They were all pretty matched. The Thompson Type 100 and the PPSH all were pretty even. The only relative different was the fire rates were a little bit different between the guns and the magazine size. But minus that, they were all pretty even. And the rifle category, to me, was a standout category of this game. The rifles were good. The semi-automatic rifles were great. They were, if you didn't want to use a sniper rifle but still wanted a long-range gun, the rifles were your go-to weapon, because you could get people from a long way away, and still you can get people from a close range if you had a good trigger finger. So the semi-automatic rifles were great. And the machine guns on this game were surprisingly amazing. The DP28, the VAR, and the FG were all super powerful. A little bit of recoil, super accurate, and good fire rates. And so the machine guns on this game were great. The snipers were good. The shotguns were a little bit hit and miss. But shotguns are like that on every game. So now to the maps. The maps were, in my opinion, the pinnacle of map design in Call of Duty. All the Japanese jungle environments looked phenomenal and played great, so the Japanese maps were super good. The only maps that got a little bit annoying sometimes were the tanks, because if you didn't have a class with like the satchel charges or a bazooka, you were pretty much screwed, because the tanks would just kill you countless times. But when you got good at destroying them, they weren't a big deal. So, but other than that, the maps were great. Okay, moving on to the graphics. The graphics are great. They're Call of Duty, 60 frames per second and all that. You know, it's a Call of Duty, so it looks good. So that's a review on the multiplayer. Now, the zombies. The zombies were a really surprise kind of dark horse hit, and I think it surprised many people how a competitive kind of cooperative mode would be so successful. And I still jump on it to this day sometimes if I want to play something different. So for the zombies, I give the zombies a 9.5 out of 10. There were some glitches, and some of them didn't help. Some of them did help the gameplay, but some of them kind of broke the gameplay, such as infinite round glitches. But you know, it wasn't multiplayer, so it didn't really matter. Yeah, the zombies were good, and a new one came out in every map pack, so you got countless content. So that's my review for World at War, guys. Thanks for listening, and I will see you in a future video.